Well, the Padres couldn't pull it together, or maybe the ump killed our 2025 season. Here we are, folks, looking on the outside while the Cubs move on to the Brewers. Yeah, again. Welcome, everybody, to Padres Talking Padres, your favorite podcast hosted exclusively by Real Fathers. My name is Jay. With me, as always, is Jerry and Jack. Gentlemen,
just got back.
It's a tough way to go. 2 postseasons in a row of the offense just not getting it done. Really bad at bats by Tatis today. I didn't see running out a could have been an infield hit.
What happened? I didn't see any of the game.
Arise hit a ball. Dansby, put glove on it, but he kind of didn't run.
You told me that. Yeah,
he didn't run out of the box, and but alas, the bats that we needed to show up couldn't show up when, aside from Manny in that 1 home run yesterday.
Well, his 1 hit.
Yeah, exactly. 1 hit. 1 hit.
Yeah, 1 hit.
I mean, he did it yesterday. He did it in one of the games. Tatis was just
invisible.
Bad hacks today. Bad hacks.
Well, he's got. I don't know what happened. He's gotten that habit of swinging at the first pitch, and even the announcers were saying yesterday, I think, he's not. It's one thing to swing at first pitches, but it's one thing. But you're not swinging at your pitch.
Yeah,
you're swinging at the pitcher's pitch because they know you're swinging. I mean, I don't know what has gotten to the Padre hitters. It is what it is.
It's been the whole season.
This is just a microcosm of the whole season.
It is. It really is.
I really didn't see any difference today than what's been going all year. The bats disappear.
Yeah,
they show up for an inning here or there, but look, the starting staff, the pitching staff, was phenomenal. Come on. I mean, 6 runs in 3 games. If you'd have told me that before the season series start, it's a win
against a top 5 offense in baseball.
Exactly. Let's put the blame where it belongs. Our first 3 hitters, Tatis striking out multiple times.
Yeah.
Rise a little bit of bad luck. I did see a couple of his line drives went right to somebody.
Dansby Swanson and was it Nico Horner?
Swanson is phenomenal. He's a Gold Glover. Yeah. I mean, and he made a couple of great plays. Machado was pretty much nothing except for that 1 home run, and quite honestly, that was padding. It wasn't the go ahead. I'm not discounting it altogether, but when you look at the averages of the first 3 hitters, 083, 182, and 100, that tells you the story.
Yep.
Because the funny thing is Merrill, Bogey, and Fermin all hit over 300.
Yeah,
they were good. It's just really troubling to see this happen again. Maybe not the extended 25 innings of 0, but pretty much close to it.
Five runs in 3 games is not.
Not gonna win you a postseason series.
Yeah. Like you said, Jerry, I was thinking the same thing. We were walking out of the restaurant. I said, they only gave up 6 runs in 3 games to a really good offensive team. I said, can't blame the pitching. No. I mean, you just can't. I mean, if you would have told me our pitching would have kept it that close, pitching was what I was a little worried about.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
And I don't know about you guys. I'm gonna say it because I'm not a Schilt homer. I thought he managed it to the best of his ability this whole series. I think he pulled guys when they should be pulled. I think he really did. I really thought he managed it to the best of his ability. Pitch hitting. Iglesias hit 2 rockets, one yesterday, one today.
Iglesias was robbed of a hit today. That was a line drive.
Right.
Had no BABIP luck as well. And you got to give credit to the defense of the Cubs. Like they made the plays.
Didn't it feel like we were playing us
a little bit
this series?
That's a good.
I mean, it really did because I thought they hit a few more homers than we did.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they out-defensed us. Not that we played bad either, because that double play in the second when Estrada came in and put out the flames was huge. And we made good defensive plays. It just they made every play they needed to. And I was talking to my son before I was taking to the airport. As I was taking to the airport, it's like, sometimes you're just unlucky, and sometimes the other team plays good defense. I think it was a little bit of both on this because the Padres did hit a few more line drives, not nearly enough to excuse the whole series, but they did hit a few line drives, and defense on the Cubs was outstanding.
It really was. It really was. Nothing got through.
Oh, the first game, O'Hearn had the first one he hit was a rock. It was 102 miles an hour, and I agreed. I agreed with the announcers. I thought Bogey should have went. I thought he should have gone, but just because
he had the play in front of him, I think he probably would have. But you're right, forced to play.
Forced to play. I just think because I know our team, so it's like if you got a chance to score, take the chance to score.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen, and we would. When it was funny because we were at a restaurant and we were a guy who was a Cub fan.
Yeah. And
I turned to him when it was 2-0, and I said, congratulations. He goes, it's only the second inning. I go, yeah, you won. I go, we can't hit. I go, I told you that because he said he wanted to bet. He goes, you want to make a friendly bet? I go, no. My Padres, I love them, but those bats just disappear. And not having Ramon hurt
a lot.
It hurt a lot because
it hurt
Bryce Johnson, having Bryce Johnson. I mean, I know he got hit, so he got on base or whatever, but having Bryce Johnson in that spot.
I did say, come on, pull a Rudy Stein.
What's that?
I said before he got hit, I said, hey, come on, make a pull a Rudy Stein, and he did. But I just think not having and seeing Pomerantz, who we had him for 4 years and he didn't do anything.
Well, I think he pitched maybe a collective half of a season out of those 4 years.
Yeah.
To be fair.
46 million.
I mean,
talk about stealing some money.
Yeah. I know he didn't do it on purpose, but he
didn't. Yeah.
It happens. But
I don't begrudge because when they signed him, Jack, I remember being happy about it.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
I thought I said that's
injuries happen and all that. If you were looking for the outside in, you would say this was a well-played series.
Sure.
Might say it was a little bit boring, but the defense, the pitching, the strikeouts, the occasional homer, it was a well-played series. And it's why I hate that the Padres, let's go backwards. The Padres not taking advantage of the Dodgers slipping this year was costly.
Yeah.
They could have been playing the
home
Reds.
Series is huge. Not getting the home series.
If it's at home, I think we win. The energy would have been there going in because Chicago.
Yeah, they're good fans.
They're good fans.
They were standing up the whole time. I give them credit.
And I'll give them credit because a lot of them don't look like they're in shape. So for them to keep standing up, sitting down, standing up, sitting down, that's got to be a lot of work for them. I'm just saying.
I don't think they were sitting down. If I had a hat on, I'd say hats off to the Cub fans because they were great. They were great. Yeah. And again, it's always disappointing. I hate the 3-game series. Unless you're the 1 or 2 team, you can't avoid it, but I still hate it. It's not because of this series. I've hated it every time. I hated it last year, even though we won. I hated it the year before when we won. I just don't like it. It's to me, it's 162 games and you play a 3-game series. Is it better than the one? Yes. But
I think the problem is unfortunately, you have so many teams now in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It used to be there was only 4 teams,
Yeah.
Whoever won their, the West, the National League, East or West, it was, but now you got all these wild card teams
made the playoffs this year.
And the reason they have to do that is because if you only had 4 teams, all the large market teams would be in the playoffs every year. So you have to kind of get the smaller market teams a break. But I agree. It would be, if it's 3 out of 5, if we came back to San Diego, it might have been like 84. Happens. Who knows? But
again, that's where it's like you had to beat up on teams like the Twins. You had to beat up on teams. You
earned what you got, right, Jay? Yeah, you got what you earned. I should
exactly.
say. Yeah,
exactly. We had all the opportunity in the world to have that wild card 4 seed and to have that home series, and we did.
We at worst we should have been ahead of the Cubs.
Yeah. Actually, it probably been easier to get the West, and we could have had the Reds. Now, I wouldn't have wanted to face the Phillies afterwards.
No, but
it'd been nice to face the Reds. But the Reds beat us. We lost 2 of 3 to the Reds.
Yeah, at home.
We couldn't.
It just goes to show you how much a regular season really does count. We always say, "Don't panic, don't panic."
Sure.
But there is a certain amount of hey, you do making the playoffs. Everybody say, "Yeah, go playoffs." Yeah, if we make the playoffs, I'm good. here's one example of why it's not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I think in
Just
the,
making
I think in the
playoffs.
past, as a Padre fan, yeah, I'm happy we made the playoffs. But
Yeah.
now it's like, okay, I expect more because
Absolutely.
we're making the playoffs pretty consistently.
It's a talented team.
It is a talented team,
got
So
but
what
60
changes,
stars.
guys? What let's get into it. What changes?
Well,
What do we need? Because I'm
right-
telling you right now, eight of those guys are coming back as far as the offense.
I told
Excuse me, seven.
I told Jay what I wanted at dinner.
I don't know if we can do both, but go ahead, say what you want.
Pete Alonso.
Pete Alonso and Schwarber.
You're not getting Schwarber. You're not getting Alonso either. He's a Boris guy. He's going to want $10 billion.
I'm telling you, if that's what we're lacking the power. People have been saying it all season. You can't depend on getting, again, most players hit around 270 at the most. So you're not even getting.
I think the league average is lower than 250 now.
Okay, so you're not getting it. You're not even 3 for 10 anymore. Hit 3 out of 10 times. So you're failing, 7 times out of 10 at bats. Now you're failing like 7.5 times. So to string a bunch of hits together is hard. You look at the Dodgers. I look at their lineup and I go, it's the power. That's the difference between the Dodgers lineup and ours. They had 5 home runs the other day.
Yeah,
5 home runs. It's just like we didn't hit 5 home runs in a series.
It's not a lack of power. It's a lack of dominant power.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying though is you got Tatis 25 home, and I'm not doing exact here. You got Tatis 25 home runs. You got Machado 30. You got Bogey 25. You got Merrill 25.
Yeah.
You got power
in aggregate.
You do have power, and if you look at the lineup. Yeah, you get down to Cronenworth and his 240, and he seems to have lost a little bit of his pop. But where's the hole that they need to fill? And I'm not disagreeing with Alonso or Schwarber. You're not getting either one.
I think where I stand.
What's that?
Bye, Arise.
Bye.
I know. Well, I know he's going, but I will say he was not the problem. It's not the reason the offense is stuttering. Come on, look at the stats.
Actually,
no. It's the whole. It's a team loss.
It's a team thing, but I feel like he and again, I Victor Rodriguez. The Petco Park approach worked last season.
I think he needs to go.
But the problem that I have, and again, I love Mike Schilt too. He coached this team to 2 back-to-back 90-win seasons.
Yep.
And I also agree. I thought he managed. Like the thing that the manager has to do the most is manage the pitching and pulling the right levers for your pinch hitters and when your relievers come in. And he did that pitch.
You can't play for you can't.
Couldn't ask for a better.
That thing was
management.
The
but can I just say my one negative I would say is and maybe that's not a negative. Maybe that's the right thing to do as a manager. I'm not a manager. I don't know, but just kind of sticking to me. Halfway through the season, the Petco Park approach clearly wasn't working, and there wasn't an adjustment made to try and switch mid-season. It was almost like, well, this is what we committed to this season, so we're going to see this thing out through the entire season. And I feel like we had time to make an adjustment because this version of the Padres offense has been the Padres offense since May, and we didn't make that adjustment. And that I do put on Schilt or AJ Preller or whomever didn't force that decision. And maybe that's not the right call. Maybe you say, maybe it'll turn around and we'll figure it out, but it just never happened.
Well, I think last year, the second half, it did happen.
It did.
They just started hitting and it was like, they went crazy. This year, Merrill was hurt a lot of the season. You saw what a healthy Merrill is capable of doing the last month of the season. He's been money. I mean, like I said, I was starting to say, the last 3 games against Arizona, we were scoring runs in bunches. Yeah. And I'm like going, I get it's Arizona. But
I knew it was going to be
Zach Gallen, and we were beating him up. And I said, but it was
going to be tough sledding because we're not a left-handed hitting. We don't hit left-handers well. We hadn't all season. And you knew that the Cubbies were going to throw out a ton of left-handed starters and left-handed relievers.
And I don't blame.
And we lose Laureano, and so the back half of our lineups all lefties.
Left.
And I think that's a key. And I don't say it's an excuse. I always say it's not an excuse. It's a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Jack mentioned Merrill being gone a part of the season, and I personally You guys know how much I love watching Merrill play, and he's, as Jack
Merrill
said, that's my
Jackson
boy.
is great.
But the bottom line is they need him. That guy is the guy that stirs the team. I think he may not be the spokesperson, he may not have the clubhouse presence, but Jackson Merrill is the guy that makes this team go.
He's the old Tatis, where Tatis was electric on the bases.
And I'm still going to go back to Tatis cannot be hitting leadoff. You can't hit him leadoff. I think that's just my opinion. I think that it was ill-advisable because it's changed who he is as far as a hitter. He tried to be the leadoff hitter, and in some ways, in some stretches, he did. He took walks, he stole bases. Yep. But the Tatis we need, to your guys' point, we need the Tatis that hits 40 home runs.
Yeah,
we need him. I don't care. Go out of your shoes. Put him in the third spot. Put him somewhere where the power is needed.
Put him third, Machado second.
Yeah.
I would have been okay with Bogarts hitting leadoff. I said that about a month ago when he came.
Bogey, man, when we come to grading people's seasons, Bogey to me is darn near an A.
Yeah. What a bounce season.
Man, the guy is showing, his class, his ability, played shortstop. I mean,
phenomenal.
You know what? We almost all have to backtrack and say, he should be playing second. Well, he took the bullet and played second.
Yep.
No, he should be playing short.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
He should be playing short.
Yeah.
But after the season he had the first season, you're like going, yeah, he wasn't that great. He had to be honest with you, you could say he's the MVP of the team, of the starters. I mean, the pitching, a different story. I mean, he got to the point, he struggled in the beginning. He was 6'4", double play guy.
Yeah. Just
like
beautiful.
The first 2 months of the season.
Him and Crony is like double play partners. Just beautiful.
Yeah. It's better than Kim and Crone.
Agreed. Like they just locked in this season.
They were locked. I mean, that double play they turned in the game yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, both of them.
To play the catcher play, keep the ball in front of you.
He gets it to Crone, and Crone was so quick with the turn. Because people say, "Oh, Crone sucks." He's not he's not an offensive juggernaut.
No.
Yeah.
But
he's hitting eighth, guys.
Yeah.
Like that's where you put a defensive star with a little bit of pop. He's got a great percentage. I have no problem with our bottom of the lineup compared to where we're at the first. So I have a few things that I want to throw out as far as what makes better. Number one was no offense, but I think it's time for Victor Rodriguez's theories to go. Now, whether it's him or whether it's a new guy, I think that needs to go.
Yeah.
Number two, I am going to lay a little bit of this on Preller because I backed Preller for a long time. You guys know that, and Schilt with the lineup and Maldonado and Diaz and all that kind of stuff. You can lay a little bit of this on him. It's like, okay, maybe you fixed it by going and getting for me and you had to pay for it. But that, what do you want to call it? Stubbornness really cost us because we're sitting here talking about 3 games between us and the Dodgers.
And 2 games.
And that first half with that stubbornness of renting another catcher. And then I'm going to say it for about the 5th straight year, renting a catcher. So hopefully the Fermin fix is in.
Yeah.
Because I love this kid.
Same.
He's not a kid. He's 30, but I love the future for him.
But not a lot of miles on him.
Hey, all I know is that guy throws out a whole lot more batters than we've seen, or stealers than we've seen in a long time, right?
Yep. But I think
so we need that. But I think Arise does need to go, and I don't think he's a bad player or a bad hitter. I just think we do need somebody at first base that's going to have a little bit more pop, unless Tatis, Machado, Bogarts, and Merrill all start becoming 35, 40 home run guys.
But I think to compete and get to the next level, we need
a master. We just need somebody that could hit 40 home runs.
We need that. We need obviously Ohtani and there's a Judge. There's not a lot of those guys out there, but we need somebody like that. We need someone that just hits for power. I mean, look at Ohtani in the play. Boom, right off the bat. That's why I always like Tatis if Tatis would do that, but Tatis doesn't do that. Torpedo bats. But I know what you're saying because I know we were bitching about the whole first half of the season. I go, who's this Brooks guy? Who's this guy? We have so many guys starting that I go, they shouldn't even be in the major leagues, let alone playing every day. And that's always been my problem. But he went out and fixed it, but it took too long to fix it. And that was a problem. I mean, people complained about trading what's his name, Verizon, and DeVries.
Got Miller.
And Miller was the.
Can we just talk about Miller? Like
he was the highlight of the playoffs. Watching him pitch
was unbelievable.
Was on that pitch he threw.
That's our closer next year.
Yeah, 104 miles an hour, 104.3, whatever it was. Painted the bottom corner of the ice, and you can see the batter going. Well, that's not fair.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Well, the batter's probably asking the umpire. I couldn't see it, but was that really a strike?
I'm sure he went home and I'm sure he went and got the iPad and goes, "Damn,
yeah."
It was just, and his confidence, when he the day
Hey,
before.
our bullpen future, to you guys' point, our bullpen future is bright.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bright.
Yeah. Suarez, I don't even attempt.
If we can get Adam, back somewhere in the spring, it may not be right at the beginning.
You got Morgan, Bradley Rodriguez.
You've got you got Morahone and Estrada for a few more, and Miller. I mean, we're not going to lose a beat with this bullpen.
No.
I'm a little worried about the starting. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Hopefully Musgrove comes back full and good. I'm a little worried about Darvish, but you know what? Maybe that was just an injury after injury season where he just had to get it out of his way.
I don't know if you heard. He's been playing with he's on the verge of, he has a compromised elbow. So it's going to go kind of like Musgrove at some point.
So maybe we can get an injury. I talked about a buyout or something like and just because if he has to do it Musgrove, come on, he's done. I mean, he's going to be 40.
Verlander came back.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyway, I mean,
but we do need to get some starters. So hopefully,
we got to resign King.
Okay, hold on, just one second. Can we just talk about Miller a little bit more? We went too fast on that one because it really, like, you talk about Ohtani. Like I think I saw on some radio show or some tweet or something. Like, Miller is that same, like, oh crap.
He's the Ohtani of relief pitching.
Exactly. We're just like, oh crap. Like, no, I don't want to face this guy. Are you kidding? Like, just that level of like, crap my pants. I don't.
Am I wrong, Jay? Is the only run he gave up, like, his first or second appearance with the Padres? He gave up a home run. Is that the only run that he gave up the whole time he was with the Padres?
Maybe he didn't give up a lot.
That's a great.
I don't remember because that's the only one I remember. He gave up a home run, like his first or second appearance.
Yep.
Yeah. And after that, it's been
because people are like, "Oh, great, we traded our number one prospect for this piece of." I go, Jesus, guys, it's one game, but again, he's fun to watch.
4 more years.
I agree. He's the Ohtani of a reliever.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Because I used to say that about Gossage. I remember. I used to sit in the.
The thing is, Gossage didn't throw 104 paint in the corner.
But at the time, Gossage was. The thing with Gossage is, as a hitter, I would never want to go up there because he was wild too. So
he was not just necessarily wild with his pitches. He was wild throwing. It was just like, all the arms and legs coming at you, and a big old man shoe.
He always looked angry.
Honestly, what he looks to, and I don't think Nolan Ryan was ever this big. But just that imposing presence of just like, that's a dude up there. That's like, he's just
I forget who the Padre was, but when he first joined the team, somebody put it out in an article that one of his teammates, and they named him. I forget. Looked at him and said, "Man, that dude is big." Was he 6'5" and 250 or something like that?
Jacked, man.
And the thing is he's smooth.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. It's clean. Smooth. It's not.
Well, the thing is he can throw a 92-mile-an-hour slider.
They were. I just I lost my train of thought, but and he has that. When he pitched for the A's, you really don't pay attention. I mean, I knew he was good, getting to sit there, but watching him pitch with the Padres, like, oh God, he just has that confidence on. He's just,
Well, let's face it. When he pitched with the A's, you never got to see him.
That's true.
Sure.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I'm not dissing the Oakland A's, or the A's, but they don't get any coverage. So the only time you'd see them at an All-Star game or something like that. But we know how that feels because until you get exposure as a team, they never put you on national TV. So, but no, that's just it. Go back to my original question though. It's like how much of this team do you need to change though?
Not
Because
much. I
go down the line. Yeah, but
and
we're
it's harder.
sucking so bad in the postseason though. You almost feel like I don't want to destroy it, but where else could we make a change that exists right now? Is it Cronenworth?
Losing
Is
Arenado, that hurt.
Yeah.
That was huge, and I think we all knew it was going to be bad
We knew it was going to be
because the Cubs have a lot of left-handed relievers.
right?
Yep,
They
and starters.
and
Yeah,
starters.
they were 2 for. I was on the radio or listening to the radio. I took my son to the airport, and on the way back, I listened to a couple of innings, and they were. O'Hearn had just singled. He says now that 3 lefties in a row are 2 for 17 in the series.
Yeah,
O'Hearn was the only one that hit.
He had the 2 hits. Yeah, he had the 2
He
hits.
should have had a couple more that got stolen from him, but whatever.
it's fun. I've been a big Sheets fan, but if you can upgrade that, I would upgrade O'Hearn. I would let go. Depending on what he wants.
Yeah,
Depending on what he wants. I mean, I'm not going to give a huge contract, but if you I know it's a pipe
because we got to watch these throwing dollars. And you kind of answered my question a little bit too, Jack. Is you like Lariano, but you know what? The guy's a career 260 hitter. Is he really like a long-term answer? No.
Yeah.
But we got
O'Hearn.
He's under contract.
O'Hearn had probably his career year,
Yeah.
when we traded for him. You look at who else?
He still only had 15 home runs.
Lariano is a 260. I mean, so you can't sit there and say, "Oh, these are the guys." Sheets is the other one, and Sheets is like, good rebound, got him for a good price and all that kind of stuff. But when you sit there and
he's
say,
under control, we don't need to make a decision.
Yeah, but is this going to be the answer? And I don't think it is. I think between the 3 of those guys, one of them maybe is Lariano, and he's only here for another year at $6 million.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so sure if that's not something you could say, you know what, thank you, but we're going to go grab some, Kyle Tucker, or somebody like that, where it's like, no, I'm going to get some big bang,
Problem with Tucker.
My only fear is I know that the cash flow is not all used up, but a lot of it, and some of it's coming off the payroll this year. You got Suarez coming off and
Hosmer
and Hosmer and all that kind of stuff.
Hosmer, Arise was a $14 million player this year. Did not
Arise and all that.
Cease was a $14 million player. That's coming
up.
A lot. King. I
was only $4 million. No, I know he's only $4 million, but I guess the thing you got to look at is I think we do need to jettison a few of these guys, even though we may like them as players. But as far as solving the problem we're having in the postseason, I think we need to take a serious look at guys like Cronenworth. I love Jake, man. I really do, but I'm not sure he's the answer long term.
What's a better second baseman out there?
He's only
Mickey Horner.
Well,
we just played one.
Well, sure. There are better second basemen, especially offensively. But
we're not getting a Nico Horner or
he's making 13. If you could get something for him, is someone going to take his contract?
Probably so.
Someone would take Cronenworth.
Oh, absolutely. I think teams would take Cronenworth in a second. But what are we getting in return? What are we replacing?
Well, we got to get a.
Well, that's again. I'm throwing stuff out there, and I'm not just pointing on Cronenworth. I'm just saying where do we? Because let's face facts, right? Tatis is not going anywhere. Machado is not going anywhere.
The faces of the
Merrill's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Bogarts is not going anywhere. So that's your core.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, 2 of those guys were the problem the last 2 postseasons. So
Tatis
Tatis wasn't last postseason.
Actually, Tatis was
in the Dodgers series.
Well, he was good up until the last 2 games.
Yeah, he got multiple home runs. Like any player can have a bad game.
Yeah,
I agree. My point is that those core are not going anywhere, and it's not good enough yet. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
I guess so.
I mean, I'm not trying to dog our own players. I'm just saying it's not good enough with those 4 core players because the other players have moved around. We've had Cronenworth and Rise, but I can almost discount, and that's maybe why I discount. It's like, well, maybe that's the problem because maybe the 4 guys would be better if we had maybe 2 or 3 other really good guys.
Sure.
It would take pressure off the team. I mean, I hate keep bringing up the Dodgers, but Ohtani takes a lot of pressure off the rest of the and then of course Betts started hitting again, and And they got home runs all the way. Again, they have guys.
Well, they have postseason confidence, Jack.
Yeah, well,
they do. I mean,
You gave it to him last year.
Well, no, and they've always had it. That's the thing, because they do.
Well, they didn't have it 2 previous postseasons because they.
What I'm saying is they've got 7 guys who can hit multiple home runs in a game.
Sure.
So they always. I feel like they always play like, well, if I strike out, the next guy's going to probably hit a home run anyway.
Yeah.
We get through. We're bragging about our lineup for a while there, about how we're now 5 or 6 strong, and it's like, yeah, but they're 7 and 8 strong.
Sure.
We're
not gonna compete with the Dodgers on that level though. They're stacked.
But we're not the only ones though. I don't think that it's just the Dodgers. I mean, the Phillies always give me that impression too.
Phillies are
great. If we want to be better than good and be great, we need to cut up to their level.
No, I agree. We need. That's saying we need a masher.
Yeah.
I think with the Phillies though is they are feast or famine. Like they'll go through cold spells.
Yeah.
Where I give the Dodgers credit, and I feel like if we could. Dodgers play situational baseball and can hit. Phillies is like home run or bust. Like if they're not hitting home runs, there's nothing to them. And I think that's a difference between like the Phillies and the Dodgers. But the Phillies have been hot lately, so. But
again, I'd be okay with, like I said, Arise and O'Hearn. I think are gone. Sheets, if you can, I don't think Sheets would make a lot of money. I think he could He's a good.
He's still an ARB, I believe.
Yeah,
he is. A couple years. I think.
Yeah, so I would keep Sheets.
Yeah,
because
easy
he's
money.
good depth, and if worse comes to worse, he's not. He does have. He's a streaky hitter though.
We need a right-handed Sheets, is what I guess we need.
We need a right-handed.
Because that was the flaw of O'Hearn and Sheets and Rise and it's like, okay, it's great to have these left-handers, but we didn't have, except for Laureano. And again, we can go on and on about how much that hurt.
It hurt
because it hurt a lot.
Yeah, that changed.
We had no one to
I saw that Schill did the one criticism I had is that one of the first 2 games I thought he should have started Iglesias instead of O'Hearn or Sheets.
Or I would have just Sheets.
Yeah. I didn't want to say both games because but I just thought that there was a start that should have.
Well, today Sheets. I mean, Iglesias had like a 3-something average against. I draw a blank on his name.
Right-hander. I mean, right-hander against a left-hander made sense to me. So
sure. I don't judge, but what I do say is between Sheets and O'Hearn was hitting lefties well.
Yes.
This season. So I think
that's why I probably would have pointed towards
Sheets. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Guys, let's play a little G.
I would have put Fermin up a little bit higher to kind of just offset that.
Yeah, I thought that's the one thing he could have done is he could have switched Cronenworth and Fermin and get the 3 lefties out of there. But
exactly.
So let me ask you this, guys. What would you think about trading Crony and putting Iglesias at second base permanently as a full-time?
He just doesn't hit well enough.
Yeah, he doesn't hit any worse than Jake.
I think had 100 OPS higher than
he was on base.
Look it up for me, Jay, because I'm not calling you out, but I think it's not
defensively. You don't lose anything.
No, defensively he's a whiz.
Well, yeah, I mean, I love Cronenworth, but I think Iglesias is just as good.
If I'm going to put someone at second base, I want someone with speed, someone that steals bases. Maybe he's your leadoff hitter. Yeah. I don't think we still like Jackson. Again, I know he was hurt all year long, but having 1 stolen base with that guy's speed, again, I get it. He wasn't healthy, but he should be stealing more bases.
I think he was under orders. I'll believe that.
It must have been because he, again, 1 stolen base
or whatever.
Yeah. But I just think
you can see it when Jackson hit that foul ball off of his shoe. Mm-hmm. I was almost like making a conversation.
It also rolled up and hit him in.
I know, but I was just like laughing because I was almost making a conversation. He's gone. Geez, this has been a really tough year. I want to keep playing, but man, in some ways, I wanted to be over too. That poor guy's got about every injury you can imagine. So what's on, Jay?
All right, hold on. Okay. So Crony, let's see. So 2025, 744 OPS, 377 slug, 367 on base percentage, 246 average, 11 home runs. And then Iglesias this season, he's only 592 OPS.
Okay, a little bit, a little bit lacking.
That's
okay.
160 points.
He's going to be 36 next year.
298 on base percentage.
That's true. Okay.
So to me,
no, prove me wrong. That's fine.
I agree. It'd be nice to have a
right-handed.
It'd be nice to have a right-handed Cronenworth. Like if you gave me these same numbers and he was a right-hander, that does make a ton of difference. I think with this lineup. But again, Hearn's not going to be back. I don't think Arise is going to be back.
I don't think talking about needing another right-hander, and we've got Tatis, Machado, and Bogey. It's like, but it's the fact. Like you said, we need somebody that hits lefties. Forget which side they hit from.
True.
We need one more guy to hit lefties because
that's the problem.
It's very obvious this year. Yeah.
Tatis, actually, all of our righties. I don't know about Bogey, but I know Machado and Tatis did not hit lefties well this year.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it may be the Victor Rodriguez thing of his whole philosophy of letting the ball travel more.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a negative effect on the lefties for the righties, but like that's to your point, Jerry, of just like the methodology needed to change a while ago, definitely to change for next season. Because if your righties can't crush the lefties, and we have a lot of lefties in the lineup, then we're in trouble.
And we were.
Yeah.
That's
not just this series. It's been all year long.
All year long. It's just we couldn't. I mean, we started out like gangbusters.
14-3. It's hard to imagine.
But we were crushing the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stopped.
Either team.
A lot of it was because Merrill went out. When Merrill went out, that's like you said, Jerry. He's kind of like the new straw that stirs the drink of the Padres. He's the young kid. He's the energy. It's almost like Tatis. So people feed off that. It was like, oh my God, that's great. That's great. But I don't know. I have no problem trading Cronenworth if you could find, like I said, a right-handed
suitable
second baseman with some speed.
Or I want a right-handed first baseman that can mash the ball.
Yeah.
Like, are there any first basemen?
I'm not totally disagreeing with Alonso. I just don't think you're going to get him because I think he's
righty or lefty.
He's righty.
He's righty. Okay.
Yeah. I think he's going to want too much money and Alonso's got to be 35, 36.
Yeah. I don't think
he's one of those like young people that looks 87.
Is he that old?
Well,
what is
Jay Master will bring up. I'm pretty sure he's definitely older.
He can't.
I don't think he's that. He just
I would say 29, 30.
I'm going to guess 35.
35. Okay, Jack. Any final guesses?
I'm saying 30 tops.
He is 30 years old.
Wow.
He has the hairline of a 35-year-old, but
hey, let's
he's following Jack.
Exactly. That's why I guessed his age, man. I'm only 25.
But do you think though that Pete's he's going to want like a Machado or a Tatis contract that says this is my final contract? He's not going to sign some 3-year deal or 4-year.
But is he gonna he couldn't get any offers last year. Is he gonna get that big booming contract?
He did it again this year.
Well, he got a 1-year contract.
No, but I'm just saying he had another year this year.
Maybe he takes a 3-year. I'd give him $100 million. 3 years, $100 million.
Oh, he's taking that. He ain't taking that. He turned down. Did he turn down 170 from the Mets? He turned down a good deal.
He ain't taking that. No.
Well, then he's not playing for me.
Okay.
But no, there's going to be other boomers out, but he would be perfect.
He would, but the problem is, I'll stand on this until I'm proven wrong. We need to save that money for pitching. Our starting pitching, we need to take advantage of the fact if you add up our bullpen, it is shocking how cheap our bullpen is and how good they are. It is absolutely shocking how much it's pauper, And then you got your 4 guys, the core 4 that are making a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But our pitching, man, you got Darvish and Musgrove. I think Musgrove's fine. He's not an old man, but he'll be back. I'm confident. I really am. I'm confident he'll be back full Joe Musgrove.
Well, he's a gym rat, so yeah.
Yeah, but I've been worried about all year long. I'm not sure if he comes all the way back. And then, Cease and King, I agree with you. I'd like to see him sign King. I'll knock on wood, but I really think that King had a handshake deal with the Padres that said, I'll take $5 million this year. I'll take the $18 million just in case something happens as my next year player club option.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to work on something because we need that money this year. We'll give it to you next year.
Yeah.
After Hosmer drops, after Arise leaves, after blah, blah, blah.
Well,
That's
what
my
about
point.
guys like Hoeing? I mean, I don't know what happened to him. He just was never healthy all year long. They
Yeah.
talked about making him a starter. Shane Reynolds, not Shane Reynolds. Is it Sean Reynolds? Shane Reynolds used to pitch for the Astros, but why not try to make some of these guys starters? We don't need them.
And I think
we don't need them in
still
the
have
bullpen.
Vasquez too, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
Vasquez.
I think is a very serviceable number.
You know what? I
five.
might have started Vasquez today.
Nah, I'm not going to backtrack on what he did today. We all knew, just like Cease yesterday, it was a short leash.
Yeah.
Who knows if Darvish couldn't have worked his way out? If it was a regular season game, I guarantee it's still been in there.
But when the article came out today that his elbow is messed up, then I wasn't worried until I heard that I was like going, oh.
Here's a question. I mean, should King have started over Darvish?
Yeah, King's been just as between King and Cease, quite honestly, and Darvish. I had a hard time picking any one of them because they've all been very sporadic the last month. It's just
the King got destroyed by the Mets. Like
if Cease had been, I mean not Cease, if King had been healthy all year and pitched like he did last year,
he'd be the number one
star.
star.
Number one star, and got the better going number two. We probably win the series.
Yeah. Yep. So that's the health issue that again, it's a reason, not an excuse, but last year the whole Musgrove going down just absolutely just killed us.
Yeah.
This year, Laureano killed us going down, and King coming back late.
Losing
Adam. Well, Adam didn't hurt us because we're so
sure we were stacked. It would have been nice to have.
Yeah,
it still would have been nice to have.
Yeah,
but I think next year, obviously, the bullpen
really need them.
the bullpen is set next year. The outfield is set. I mean, we're going with those three guys. Obviously, third, shortstop are set. Catcher set. We have an opening maybe at DH, first base, and with Jerry's wanting to trade Cronenworth because he doesn't like him, we have him. Might have a second baseman. Again, I have no problem with Cronenworth playing, but if you can get someone,
either. It's not the biggest problem.
No, I know. But if you can get someone again with speed, I think that's very important in today's game. Like, what's Trevor Story's contract like? I mean,
he's long term. He's real long term.
Is he? Because
they gave him that huge contract when he came out of Colorado.
He's definitely a comeback player of the year. I picked him up, and he helped carry me to the championship. Thank you. But I don't know. I put him at second base.
Yeah. Going back to needing Adam, and of course I would have had to love Jason Adam, but just a rough calculation in my mind, these starting pitchers that we threw out there went, I think, a total of 9 innings and gave up 4 of the runs. So that means the other 18 innings that were pitched were given, the relievers only gave up 2.
Yeah. Suarez was 1, right?
And Suarez gave up 1, and Estrada
gave up 1.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the question I'm going to ask.
All right.
And because I've been thinking about it since the news came out. And before you answer, let me because it's going to be
Naylor. Is Naylor available?
I would go after Naylor in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Go ahead with your question, though.
Bring Naylor home. The only problem is
he lefty or righty?
He's a left-hander.
Damn it.
But he's money.
Doesn't bother me.
He drives and runs, hits about 30 homers, hits pretty decent average. Okay, here's the question. Let me say it for you. We know Bruce Bochy was cut. What did I just say? We know he was cut loose by the Rangers. Do you say, okay, maybe Schultz has taken the team as far as he can? You have a Hall of Fame manager out there who I think still lives in San Diego. Do you bring Bruce Bochy in next season and tell Schultz, hey, thanks, but we're moving on?
No. Schultz, my guy. Nothing that Schultz did to me says he's going anywhere. First time the Padres have had back-to-back 90-win seasons.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I'm just saying, Bruce Bochy.
And again, I'll use this playoff as an illustration. In my opinion, he pulled pretty much every right string you could.
I have no problem with how he managed the lineup.
And I don't want to go get a 70-year-old because you know what, Jack? I'm going to say this. When the Padres annexed,
aren't you almost 70?
Yeah.
Okay.
when the Padres annexed, was it Bud Black, I believe, and they went out and got Tingler, and then Green, excuse me, they got Tingler. I was excited by the fact that we were maybe getting a new manager that wasn't all used up, that wasn't going to be gone in 2 years. I know Schilt's not that old, and so the ideal of being able to have him for another 10 or 12 years, I mean, that excites me because I get tired of the manager merry-go-round. And you know what?
Wait, Torrey died, didn't he?
But you said it.
No, he's still alive.
He doesn't play the game. He manages it. Let's put this where it belongs. This was on the players.
Oh, 100%.
Trailer's giving them everything they asked for every trading deadline. More guys. It's time for the players to put up or shut up.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I didn't say I would do it.
This is such a great. Michael, can I just put this in?
Yeah.
What about Torrey La Russa? Gillian.
Ozzie
Well, wait.
Gillian.
I don't remember who Jesus Jack managed.
Wait.
If I got a guy named
is Casey Stengel still available?
If I got a guy named if Jesus is available to manage the Padres, there is no way.
How about Connie Mack? Is Connie Mack still around?
Yeah. Didn't Joe Torre die?
No, Torrey's still alive.
No, I thought he died.
No,
he works for the commissioner's office.
Yeah, he's around. Torrey's around. He was at the old Yankees old timers game.
I met Joe Torre in 1984.
God help us. God, yeah.
I was just throwing it out there, but that Jesus Jack.
Go back to the Giants.
No. Love Bochy. I love Bochy, but no, we're done.
To me, it's what I love about Schilt is this team is prepared and ready to play. Aside from the hitting aside, and this again, I think. And I don't want to blame the players so much either because aside from Tatis, whose approach changed on a whim, it felt like every damn at bat sometimes. But other than that, they took heart to the Petco approach. Like they played, and statistically, it would back it up. They were letting the ball travel. They were giving up some slug to put the ball in play more. It's just the league caught up to that approach clearly, and it just wasn't working for them as much. You had players. Outfielders fielding way in on a rise, so he wasn't getting those kind of flyouts to the outfield as hits anymore. And plus the defensive arrangement stuff like that. It just
not only that, but pitchers knew they didn't have to throw in strikes.
No,
and that's that stupid statue thing. It just I'm not blaming him for the series, but it's just
he'll go sign with somebody.
The league is caught up to him.
Yeah.
So
I'll say this too, guys, the Petco approach and how much we lauded it last year because it was working and everything. The thing that I'll have to admit is this series did not look like they were using the Petco approach. They were swinging at pitches outside and trying to hit them down the left field line. The Petco approach says go where the pitch is thrown.
Sure.
They were not doing that.
No.
I mean, Manny, and I hate to keep pointing on Manny and Tatis, but man, they were literally swinging at pitches that were outside, and they were trying to pull them. Manny looked awful today. I mean, that's probably the worst I've seen Manny look. He was swinging, his heels was up, his bat was going up in the air. I mean, I've never seen him take such wild swings time after time as he did today. I'm not bashing Manny. He knows a whole lot more about hitting than I do, but that did not look like vintage Manny today. It's like he was trying to, Mark Grant says, trying to hit a grand slam with nobody on. That's what it looked like.
Another question.
Yeah.
If you could bring back Brooks Robinson, would you take him over Manny? Just saying.
I mean, might as well get Hank Aaron while we're at it. Willie Mays.
What about Mike Schmidt? He's still alive.
Is Schmidt still alive?
Yeah. I thought Torrey. Who's the one that died recently? There was somebody that died.
So I think we all agree though that it's not time to break it up. No
way.
But I think Preller is really going to have a good session with a lot of his people and say, okay, guys, kind of reminds me of that Moneyball thing, where they're sitting in the room. It's like, this is what we need. I think they need to take a serious look at this team because it is deficient in some ways. There's no doubt about it. It's not. I argue with my friend Michael, who's on here, and I said I like last year's team better than this year's.
Oh yeah,
everything about it.
That's everything. Why? Because we were at dinner, and when Cindy goes, "I'm sorry they lost," I go, "You know what? I'm not upset. I go, this is how they played all year. I go,
Right.
I was, obviously I'd want them to keep going, but I don't know
Right.
how far this team could have gone. I mean, eventually the bullpen would have wore out because
I don't know about that, but because they didn't all year, so to speak. But
I'm saying,
I just look at the combination of what everybody was doing last year compared to this year.
Last year's team was better.
Yeah, I just believe that because, and here was part of it. This was not bagging on AJ. In fact, it was complimenting him. Unfortunately, two of the pieces he traded for, right? O'Hearn and Lariano and Miller. And for me, right? So for me, kind of to me became Higgy. Okay, that's good, right? Again, I think he did it a little bit.
I think Fermin's better defensively.
Yeah. I totally agree with that, but I just think that replacement was too far coming. I already talked about that. O'Hearn and Lariano was a great trade, except Lariano's not in the series.
Yeah,
that's not AJ's fault, right?
No,
it's nobody's fault.
He's saying fire AJ. I do not. And again, AJ has his faults. Yeah. He has his faults.
Sure.
But all general managers have.
He says
fault.
it. He even says it. I can't. Every trade, you got to give up good to get good. Nobody's going to take.
Everyone in baseball who's ever been a general manager has had bad trades.
This team is fundamentally like my poor Zachary, my 11-year-old son, was like, "It's my fault. I'm bad luck." And I'm like, dude, like for your their run right now, while you
look at your grandpa for crying out loud, and you think you're bad luck.
Well, I when he said that, I felt really bad when he said that, and I said, you are at fault, Zach.
He's like, I'm sorry.
Go root for someone else.
You're a third generation at fault. Yeah.
I was just like, they have been a team that is worth watching just about every night. Is in the hunt for a playoff spot every single season since 2020. We've blown a couple seasons.
Well, I know, like all of you, I probably watch at least 150 games from start to finish.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, well, some of the late ones I had to go to sleep, but still, I mean, they were worth watching. They were fun to watch. They were frustrating. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
This team was frustrating. I mean, it's just like, God,
much more so than last year, right, Jack? Much more so than last year.
Well, last year. Well,
last year, some ups and downs.
But the beginning of the season last year was frustrating. Yeah. But then when they got hot, it's like, oh my God, this team could win.
Second half, I mean, well, they're the best team in baseball second half, so it's easy to like that.
I really didn't go into this. I go, we're short on starting pitching. We lack power. I go, if they can make it deep in the playoffs, that's gravy. Could they beat the Cubs? Yeah. Should they beat the Cubs? Yeah, I mean,
if we have a home series, I think we.
I honestly felt like you, Jack. I felt like we could beat the Cubs. 3-game series, just like it happened. And anything can happen. I felt like the Brewers and us were mirror images of each other, so we did well against them.
We took both series against them, so I was confident going against the Brewers. Phillies, Dodgers,
we lose.
We just don't match up.
The Dodgers so we're being perfectly honest, Jack. I just didn't want to lose to the Dodgers again. I'll be honest with you, man. Yeah. With this team, and I thought exactly like you, to be truthful. I love my team. I just didn't think that we would match up with the. I think we match up worse with the Dodgers than we did last year. Last year, we took the season series from the Dodgers.
Yeah,
that's why it hurt. This year, they blew us away. This year.
Yeah.
So I go back to my real estate. Preller, Schilt, whoever's in charge. They need to match up with the Dodgers. Is it fair? No, but they need to do their best to match up with the Dodgers. As Pete said, we got to slay the dragon. If we want to get anywhere, we got to find a way to slay the dragon. So yeah.
But overall, I thought it was a good season. Obviously, we 90 wins back to 92 last year, right? 90 this year. Really good season. Really good team. I mean, number 2 overall in baseball attendance.
Yeah.
Over the Yankees, a lot of big market teams. That you can throw that San Diego's not a sports town right out the window.
Yeah. Atmosphere was great at the ball games that I went to and you guys went to,
and everybody talked. And in fact, when people were talking about the series, they said, if this thing was at Petco, I'd pick the Padres because it's crazy there. It's crazy.
We got to earn that right. That's the thing. I think once again, we've proven it's so difficult to go through a 3-game series to a 5-game series and get through all that just to get to the 7-game series.
Sure.
And we need to find a way to be top 2. We've got to find a way to get there because we haven't done it. I mean, I'd like to see what happens if we get a bye. I really would. You're right, Jack. I'm spoiled now. As Jay said, 2020, 2022, 2024, 25. Great. We're making the playoffs, and it makes us an exciting team.
And even the other years,
I want the next level.
We didn't make it. We were competitive.
Yeah. I want to make the next level. I want to make it so we get the bye.
And for the new Padre fans that have only been around for a while, I know you're disappointed, but again, this is something that has never happened in Padres history. Yeah. This run we've been on since
consistently
about 2019, we've been a consistently good team, and we have had players that we've kept.
Yeah.
We've kept. I mean, people can bitch about Manny's contract, Bogart's contract, Tatis contract. These players have been gone in years past. They would have been first they would have been signed.
He's a Japanese free agent.
Oh, okay. The third baseman.
Isn't that slugger guy?
Yeah.
He's going to the Dodgers. He's going if the Dodgers want him, he's going to the
Dodgers.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest.
There's probably already a handshake deal.
Yeah, I'm done getting excited about Japanese.
If a Japanese great player comes to San Diego, great. But I'm not going to pay attention to it. Yeah. I'm not going to get. I'm done.
Yeah,
because I'm sure the Dodgers have some kind of handshake deal. I'm sure Ohtani goes, "Hey, come play with us, win championships. I'm great. I'm me. I'll give you the best gambling tips I can." Yeah, he's.
It is interesting if you go. I just brought up while you guys were saying that stuff. Some of the free agents that we already know are out there. So it's guys like Alex Bregman, who's 31. Pete Alonso is 30. Cody Bellinger's 30. Trevor Story he has an opt out, Jack. So he's 30, but he's 33.
He's old and he's injury prone.
He's injury prone. He just had he stole like 35, 40 bases this year.
Schwarber will be 32.
Mm-hmm. But Schwarber's like a softball player. I feel like he can play for a good long.
Plus, I'm worried he's going to go to the Dodgers.
Yeah, Kyle Tucker's going to be 28.
I think Tucker's a Dodger.
Yeah.
Well, they can't get everybody because they.
No, but I'm just throwing out the guys that actually, as I go quickly through this list.
Jay mentioned Naylor. I've wanted Naylor back since we traded him. I didn't like that we traded him. I mean, I was happy at the time who we got, but it's like
I think he's still. I'm not seeing his name. I think he's still got a contract.
I thought he was free agent.
I thought it was a 1-year deal.
Because Atlanta
was too, guys, but I'm not seeing him.
They said the reason Arizona traded him because he was on the last year of his contract.
Yeah, I'm not seeing him. I'm doing.
I don't know.
Glance, but I don't see him. But yeah, so there's going to be some free agents.
1 year contract for $10.9 million with Arizona for the 2020.
Okay, so
he's set to become a free agent after.
I was mad. We didn't sign him.
He's young. This is his first year of free agent eligibility.
So about 30 or 29.
I mean,
the one thing about Naylor though, he does not hit left-handers very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it doesn't help, does it?
Well, there's no predicting anymore.
True.
I guess this is our last show until
I think the Padres
winter meetings maybe
go 0-0 the next 6 games.
And who do you think's going to take it all, Jay?
From this point on, I'm rooting for the Mariners.
Do you think the Mariners are going to take the whole thing?
I just hope they're the American League Padres. So
who's your? Let's put it this way: who's your World Series?
Who do I think is going to win?
No, who's in it, and then who wins?
My guess is I feel like the Phillies are the stronger team between the Dodgers and the Phillies. But again, they're homer heavy, so they can go cold. But if I had to guess, I'd pick the Phillies.
Obviously, the Mariners then.
And I think the Phillies beat the Brewers or the Cubs, either of those teams that make it through.
Right.
And the American League side, God, the Mariners, when we played them, I was like, damn, that's a really good team. How are they not playing better? And they went on that insane
phenomenal.
Amazing.
They have a great bullpen.
Yeah. The offense is awesome. So I feel like, but the Mariners are the American League Padres, so they could choke it. Like they had the best record in the history of baseball and didn't make it past the division round or whatever.
But I think that the Mariners, I don't think people might be overlooking them because you don't hear a lot about them.
Yeah.
But their pitching is amazing, and they do have a great offense. I think the Mariners could do it. I'd like to see the Yankees win it just for Michael, But
Hey, we need to get Michael his ring. I know they've had plenty of rings, but Michael doesn't have a ring yet.
yeah, but I think the problem with the Yankees is they just fundamentally make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
So I'm just throwing it out there, Michael. You know,
But
and plus,
I wouldn't mind the Yanks winning.
plus they should have kept Torrey as manager.
Yeah. Michael, I'm so happy that you joined our show. I can't change my colors. I don't like the Yankees. I never will.
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay, listen.
But I got Mariners Phillies myself. That's who I came up. And here's a little trivia for you. Did you know that the Seattle Mariners are the only Major League Baseball team to never be in a World Series?
Yeah.
I know it's the thing. Like, let him go to the World Series, man.
There's five teams. There's five teams that have not won it.
Let them win.
But they're the only one that has never been in a World Series.
Well, Seth, you're a Dodger fan, but you sound like you have some class, so you can come back anytime. Me personally, I think the Mariners. What's the Yankees are playing right now, right?
They're winning 4-0 in this.
4-0. All right, so that's probably over.
Can I just say something though, real quick?
I didn't get to pick my thing.
No, just real quick about Jerry hating the Yankees. Michael, before you're too harsh on Jerry, know that he's also a Duke fan. So, like, really,
Blue Devils.
It's like.
Well, he used to like Roger Clemens when he pitched for Boston.
Yeah, like taking the high road on baseball, but rooting for basically the Yankees of college basketball. I don't know if it's 1-to-1.
I think growing up, you had, if you're a baseball fan, you had to respect the Yankees because they had all these great, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig. I mean, I obviously didn't see him play, but Mickey Mantle. Of course, they had advantage because they had the bonus babies and there was no draft.
And they stole players like the Kansas City.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of their championships have a big asterisk there, but I'm not. I'm just kidding. But as a baseball fan,
it's like the Dodgers, though, right? I mean, I respect the organizations. They obviously have done it better than most. It's not that I just can't root for them.
Yeah, but again, growing up, I'm a big Lou Gehrig fan. I've watched Pride of the Yankees probably 1,000 times. But anyway. But going back to my thing, I think I'm like Jay. I'd like to see the Mariners. I think they do have a very balanced team, and they do have the pitching, and they have a really strong bullpen. And they have the MVP, Cal Raleigh.
Mm-hmm.
I think anytime a catcher who set an all-time record for home runs for catchers obliterated it. I think Johnny Bench was had 48 all-time. Cal Raleigh hit 60, and Cal Raleigh helped my team win the championship. I had Cal Raleigh for 2 seasons now. But I think it's tough. I'd like to see the Brewers because they've never won. I think the last time they were in the World Series, they were in the American League.
Harvey's
Wallbangers. I don't know how that team didn't win a World Series.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go. I can't have the Dodgers win. I'm hoping the Dodgers, because their bullpen is so bad, and these starters are stretching them out right now because they don't want to go to the bullpen. So I'm hoping their starters get a little worn out, and the Phillies take them. Yeah. And I'll be honest, I'm not a Phillies fan.
Yeah,
but anything.
I can't win in the National League now. I can't. I really can't. I'm like you. It's like, I guess if I had to, I'd take Milwaukee. If I had to.
Well, I don't have any hatred towards Milwaukee.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's probably the one. I don't hate any of them. I guess when your team is no longer in it, it's natural to not want to have somebody that you've played or been beaten by. And so the Dodgers and the Phillies have both, spanked us in the last, whatever years, for the most part. I know we had our one moment of joy. But Milwaukee's done nothing to us, so it's kind of like, okay. I'd like to see that.
We beat Milwaukee.
But I honestly, I'm just following the lead here. But man, Seattle just looked tremendous to me. They looked tremendous last year, but had no offense, and now they do have offense. Yep. And to your Cal Raleigh thing, I'll say this: it's very equitable to the Jackson Merrill, Paul Skeens last year. they both should win. And I really truly mean
Judge
that.
Judge is a fantastic player.
Yeah, I mean, and you can't argue with Judge's all his other stats. He may not have the home runs that Raleigh's at as a catcher.
So he had 50.
But come on, I mean, the guy's OPS and slugging and everything else is
how many home runs would Cal Raleigh have hitting in Yankee Stadium?
They've done that math. I think it's not that disparate between.
You got the stat count.
Yeah.
It's not. And so that's the other thing. I'm not enamored with the home run. I think it's part of the statistics. I think it comes in favorable sometimes.
Well, you need it to
win. But a guy that's always hitting and a guy that's getting on base all the time has always found favor in my heart. That's why I was a Tony Gwynn. I think Tony Gwynn got robbed when Sandberg won the MVP.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Because Tony Gwynn hit 380 that year, And to me, that was more important than, Sandberg hit, more home runs. So what?
What a difference the Padres could have been if Judge had signed with the Padres. I mean, I know he wasn't ever going to lead the Yankees, but how much better would we don't want Tanner Scott back. You can keep him, Seth.
Here's the thing: he flew to San Diego.
He was the poison pill. Poison pill we sent you guys.
Trade for a bag of
chips. The thing is, I'll have to say this, Seth. If Tanner Scott came back to the Padres, I'd welcome him with open arms because Niebla would fix him.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Miller, like his adjustment to use the slider more. Like you look at him under Niebla, he looks like the best pitcher in baseball.
Yeah, Niebla, I know there's some other good pitching coaches out there, but Niebla is the king. Nobody will convince me otherwise.
Yeah, his only failure. I don't think it's his fault, but Cease, for whatever reason. I mean, people, they always talk about how is this guy not winning more games? What is wrong? And it's Cease. I think
Niebla would not say it out loud, but I would think his feelings are that's the one guy I just can't seem to get through to.
Because he's an overthinker.
Yeah, and I told you, and this is old school, Jack, but he reminds me of Eric Shaw, in a lot of ways. The deep thoughts, the whole mannerisms and all that kind of stuff. The guy's got electric stuff. And that I gotta tell you right now, wherever he ends up next year, I hope he doesn't pitch against us because the guy is dynamite when he's on. I mean, absolutely unhittable.
If Cease came back and said, I love San Diego, I'm going to take a team-friendly deal. Sure. Would you sign him?
He's a Boris mind. He's not doing that, but
I'm just saying if that were to happen, I'd take him back.
Yeah.
He drives me crazy.
Like Jay said, I know you're not saying that, but he ain't coming back.
Yeah, Hideo Nomo is still with the Padres. Yes.
Yeah. He's in their front office somewhere.
Yeah.
Who? I'm sorry.
Hideo Nomo.
Yeah, they traded for Tanner Scott to go after Shohei Ohtani, and he owned Shohei Ohtani in the playoffs.
Yeah. Now, what would be interesting, and maybe we will have to have one more episode, maybe when the World Series is over or during the winter meetings and all that kind of stuff. But the one thing that's interesting is knowing that you only got 1 year before the contract is up. What kind of effect is that going to have on the market this year, you think?
Oh,
you got possibility of lockouts. Will there be a lot of managers that are more 1 year friendly? Because I don't want to have a guy on a hook for a bunch of years if we're going to lock it out.
Well, they don't have to pay him, right?
Still a little nervous time.
Yeah,
because that's got to count as a year. Even if you're not paying them.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you get one of those 3 months into the season where they did 1982 when they just said, okay, it was June.
Yeah,
and they finally got it done. Well, that counts as a year.
Yeah,
and you may not have paid them, but that's one of the years you were counting on them being.
That's true. Well, we got 4 guys already wrapped up for that, but
yeah. Well, that's what and not just us. I'm talking about the whole general scope of the league is how many GMs are going to be that friendly towards long-term contracts.
Yeah,
I think
I'm sure the Dodgers.
I'm sure the players will call it collusion if nobody signs long-term contract. But can you really blame the ownership? It's like, well, if we're not going to sit down at the table and figure this out, then I'm not going to pay somebody for not being here. Or even if I don't, I'm not going to give them a long-term contract, not knowing how long that's going to be. So I'm like you, Jack. I'm not begging for a lockout. I definitely don't want it. At least we got next year to look forward to. But man, yeah.
I'm laughing at Seth. That's funny. I came here to hate on you. Well, that's okay. I have family members that hate me, Seth, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
And Seth, again, I think I speak for all three of us. We don't hate the Dodgers.
No.
We respect them, and it just drives us nuts because we know that we're this close to being on your level. And, I have all the respect in the world with the Dodgers. The only thing I don't like about it is how much money they have to throw around compared to everybody else.
Exactly.
I think that's every fan in baseball except for Dodger fans.
Yeah,
we're tired of the inequity.
Oz, don't you? We hate them.
Well, it's kind of like it's the whole, you don't boo bad players. You boo the players that, kick your ass or whatever, or, the great players.
Seth, some of my best friends are Dodger fans, which is true. I have people I talk to all the time online that are Dodger fans. So anyway. We do
gentlemen.
We do have the cooler stadium, but I got another podcast to go.
Yeah,
to.
we've been I don't think we want to end it because then it's like, well, the season's over. But
I definitely want to come back after the World Series. I definitely want to come back when the winter meetings start because the Padres. It used to be winter meetings were terrible because we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, we'll let our viewers know, right, Jay? We can put it out there. But maybe the week after the World Series is over, we can, talk a little bit of baseball and maybe what's going on with the Padres. There might be some news by then. But
if the Dodgers win, I'm not coming back.
But definitely the winter meetings, because the winter meetings, whether you do anything or not, it's always interesting to talk about possibilities.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, I have enjoyed this all year.
Same.
Been fun.
Another great season. And thank you everybody that has joined. Join our Discord if you haven't yet. Even Dodger fans are welcome as long as you're not an a-hole.
Yeah.
But I'll put a link.
Hey, let me in.
I definitely do want to thank
the link in the chat here.
Michael and Oz and the other Michael and X-Ray. The people who showed up here an awful lot. We really do appreciate you guys viewing here. I know all of you are on Discord. We'll be talking to you as the off season goes on. But thank you very much for your support.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
great.
don't
well said, Jerry.
stress out of
Tell
the
a friend.
Padres losing. We're going to be back again next year, and that's something we couldn't say in the past.
Yeah. Like, hey, this is our one chance to ever do anything.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like 90
another 15 years.
all the players were free agents after that, and it was like, oh, boom, there we're gone.
Yeah. All right, friends. Take care. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on the next one. Until then, hasta luego. And goodbye.
Bye.
Arrivederci.